Hi, thank you so much for joining us today for our Beacon Career Conversations. I am Leslie Perry from the Professional Beauty Association, and I am so excited to speak with our guest today. This is Dottie Greene, who was a Beacon participant last year, graduate of Beacon 2020. And also, I mean, just incredible. You were the Student of the Year for NAHA for 2020. So just absolutely amazing. So excited to have you here to talk with us today, just about Beacon, career advice that you have for other students who might be in the same place that you were about a year ago. So I do also want to let everyone know that I have with me behind the scenes today, Paige Peterson from PBA as well, and she will help with any questions that you might have. So if you do have questions that come up that you would like Dottie to answer, please feel free to type them into the Q&A box and we will get to those as quickly as we can today. So without further ado, Dottie, I mean, if you could just give us a little bit of background on who you are, what you're up to, where you are, and all of those good things. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, I'm so excited to be here. Beacon really changed a lot of things in my career, so I'm happy to share about it. I am here in Columbus, Ohio. I love it here. Yeah, I always wanted to be a hairstylist since that's the only career so yeah, so I didn't even really know that there were so many things that you could do and so many like opportunities as a student. So this has all been really great.
So what you said, you always knew you wanted to be a hairstylist. Like, but how did you know? Like some people, I think, I mean, even myself as, you know, mid-career think, gosh, what do I want to be when I grow up? So how did you just have that feeling that you knew beauty was for you?
I only have three brothers. I didn't ever have any sisters, and so I just always loved playing with their hair, when they would let me. And that was just what I found interesting. And so I just kind of did it more and more when I was younger. That was just always what I wanted to do. And when I got older and started seriously considering it as a career, I just realized like that's what I'm passionate about. So why shouldn't I do that?
Awesome. And you're working in a salon currently. Where are you working? And tell us, what are you doing at the salon?
Well, actually, right now I'm on a little break because I'm having hip surgery in a week. So
Oh my goodness.
I know. Yeah. So, but I was working at Akata Hair Salon here in Ohio. They're amazing. I was an assistant there. Yeah, I absolutely love it. It's a Davines salon. They have like really great training. So I've been taking in everything from that and using what I learned at Beacon to help me with that.
So how did you hear about Beacon and what made you decide, you know what, I think I'm going to apply for this program and I want to give it a shot?
Yeah, while I was at school, they started advertising it, and I heard a lot of students who had went the prior year talk about like how amazing it was and how they loved all the speakers there. So I started thinking about it and kind of looking into it a little bit. And once I realized like what it was and how awesome it was, I immediately signed up. I was so excited, and yeah, I was so pumped when they told me that I would be going.
And so when you were accepted and you got on site or even leading up to it, just tell me a little bit about what that experience was like for you and what it felt like to be there among your peers and all of the educators that came in to be a part of Beacon in 2020.
Yeah, it was really exciting even from the beginning because as I was preparing for everything, I was getting ready to like take a ton of notes because that's just the way I am. And it was really great seeing like I wasn't the only student in like the place that I was and feeling the way I was. And so I got to meet so many other people who had the exact same mindset and same goals, and we really got to connect and grow together through the whole experience. And like the speakers that were at Beacon were, I mean, people that I've been following forever on Instagram and their social medias, and hearing all of them talk and actually like teaching everything that they know on like such a personal level was really amazing.
Can you talk a little bit more about that? Because with Beacon, we do try to give you a really up close and like more of an intimate experience with the educator than what you might get if you did go to like ISSE, the International Salon and Spa Expo, where you might still see those same educators, but that'll be a different experience. Can you talk about what that is truly like to be in that room, so up close, so personal, being able to ask questions and interact with them on a really one-to-one level at some points?
Yeah, well, the whole experience, I mean, I got to talk one-to-one to, I think, almost every educator that came, just either like before or after they talked, and asked them all the questions that I could possibly think of, and got to talk to them on that personal level, specifically about things that I was thinking about for my career. So that was awesome. But in the more general sense of them and like their presentations and things, the way like their whole presentation was set up, it was really about us and where we are at. So it's not like I'm just listening to someone talking about like someone's general beauty career. It was talking about being a student right now or having just graduated, the things that we're needing to know at this exact moment, and the things and tools that we can get and use. So that was really awesome. And all of them, hearing them talk about when they were at our position also, because then we got to know like they were in the exact same place, you know, all these people that we think like, oh, they're so amazing, you know, oh my gosh, I wonder how they got there. We really got to hear about how they came from like point A where we're at to there where they are.
Yeah. Absolutely. And what advice did you hear, or maybe some of the key things that you learned that maybe changed your perspective or really have guided you now as you're starting your career in beauty?
Yeah, I think like the best takeaway I got was, I think it was Elizabeth Fay that said, like, we already have all the tools we're gonna need to get where we want to be. Like, we already have all like the knowledge and motivation. Like, we don't need, you know, some magic like thing to tell us or like to get us where we're gonna go.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that. And it sounds like something Elizabeth would have said. So I'm pretty sure that you can be confident in knowing that was Elizabeth. Between that and we were joking with her, she did a career conversation with us a couple weeks ago, which you can find on our website. But she had, at that point, her whole like opening night speech was about pivoting and changing. And then this whole pandemic hit, and the industry was pretty much turned upside down. And it's definitely, I think 2020 has been a year of pivot for all of us in the industry, and definitely having to learn and grow and change as a result of that. I mean, how has it been for you being so new in your career, going through something like this pandemic and not being able to work and then having to go back to work, but now I didn't know you were having surgery too, so there's just like so many things on top of it for you.
I know. You know, actually, I have like the pivot pin that she gave us. I have it like on my jacket that I wear all the time, and I see it every time I see it. I think like, okay, pivoting my mindset. I'm pivoting my mindset, and so like it's been a constant reminder to like put that into practice, and that's been, I mean, it's amazing in every aspect of your life, like not just in your career. But yeah, it has been kind of weird, like stopping work for such a long time. But during that time, I really did like take the time to, I mean, like get some rest, because it was nice to have a little bit of time off. And then I had so much time to listen to like all of the free education that was going around, and really take in as much like knowledge, and still try to grow in that time, and not just put myself on pause because, you know, everything was paused. Well, it's something you should absolutely do, even if you don't think maybe you don't need it. Or if you think you don't need it, you need it. Because I mean, I didn't even know what it was going to be like. You can't even, like, there's nothing that you can expect going into it, because it's so much more than that. So yeah, you should definitely apply. Absolutely. Because it will change your career.
And what advice do you have? So there's 4 components to entry. It's the same as it was last year, where you have your resume and a letter of recommendation. We need an introduction video, 90 seconds or less, of just who you are, why you want to be a part of Beacon, and then that last piece is having a beautiful Instagram page that shows some of your professional work, which it can be done on mannequin heads, it can be done on family and friends. It doesn't have to be like in the salon. We get that you're students. So what tips do you have for people on like your video or the Instagram account that could maybe help them with as they start to look at all these pieces and putting them together?
Yeah. Thankfully, I had already started my Instagram at that point. I know a lot of the people who applied with me were like, oh no, I don't have an Instagram yet. But I mean, that's okay too. Um, I mean, I always like to make sure that I haven't been posting like a whole lot lately just because, you know, there's so much going on right now. And we haven't been doing so much work lately. But like posting things regularly is really important, and making sure that your like Instagram account is really versatile, so not just like one type of thing all the time. And then for in the video that we made, well, I made sure that like I wanted to have good lighting in the video and make sure to tell like a little bit about who I was. My school, I think, gave like a couple, I don't remember if they gave like a couple questions or something that you were supposed to answer in the video, or if that was part of the application. But just put like a little bit about why I want to go to it, why this is my passion, you know, and I want to make it really personal, not just like, I want to go, it seems great, accept me, you know. It was, yeah, I wanted to make it a little bit more.
What about the resume? So this year students who are applying will build their resume on Campus Recruit, and if you remember, they were also at Beacon this past in 2020 and did a presentation for us as well. But what tips do you have on the resume? Because I know like sometimes it can be daunting because maybe you don't have a lot of job history, but it's still great to be able to put it together, and that's why we thought Campus Recruit will help just guide you through how to build that resume so you don't have to start from scratch either. But what kinds of things did you include? Yeah.
On my resume, I included, well, at that time I was working as a receptionist in a salon. So I put kind of all the salon experience I had up to that point on it. And I like took the stance of I want my resume to be kind of like eye-catching. So it wasn't just like black and white. It had like a big border and it had a little picture of me. And I wanted it to look really professional, but still really fun, because this is a fun career. You know, this isn't black and white. So I made sure that like nice and clean, but still really fun. It expressed who I was. And I mean, I had some stuff, I think, even from when I was working as a barista, you know, any like little, oh, what's the word? Any like tools I had learned throughout any of my jobs up to this point. And like, sorry, my brain just like totally forgot all the words about what I was trying to say.
But it's like skills that you one job you can use in another job. So skills like customer service as a barista will transfer over completely into a career in beauty, because it's all about service and all about how to connect with the customer and the client.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, so I had worked like a couple different jobs. I've listed everything that could be even a little bit relatable to this industry, because it all counts. I mean, you know, up to this point, we've learned so much no matter what it was from.
No, totally. And what's really exciting is, and I don't know if you saw, but today is the day that we open applications for Beacon. So it's officially, yes. So anyone who's ready to apply can start doing that starting today. And typically we would have opened at the end of summer, like in August, but we thought, you know, with everything that's going on and people, let's just give students something to look forward to. And if you aren't back in school yet, this is a great opportunity to work on things, get your application together, all of those 4 pieces, put it together and be able to apply. So yeah, we're super excited that it is officially open today. So yes, we're excited.
That's so exciting. Gosh.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the next class.
I know. So are we. It's you know, it continues to grow, and we're really proud of our graduates and seeing what you're doing out in the world of beauty, and want to keep tracking you and where you go. But let's just talk briefly about NAHA first. So that's the the North American Hairstyling Awards, and it's, I mean, a pretty big deal, right? I mean, I think it's a pretty big deal, and it's to be Student of the Year. Like, talk through like, what was that like? I mean, that was like no joke, like photo shoots, and you had to do hair and models and put this whole thing together in a collection. Like, what was that like? Like, how did you even begin?
Oh my gosh, the whole NAHA experience was like completely mind blowing, because it's not something that I had been thinking about until I heard about it and that I could potentially be a part of it and entering. When I heard about it, I like immediately I was like, oh my gosh, that's what I want to do. Like that is the career thing that I need to do and will achieve one day. So it still honestly doesn't feel real that I ended up winning it. Like I have like the trophy and like I know so many like amazing people now that like win other years. It like does not, it's not real for me. But yeah, that it was really amazing getting the whole experience of having to create a concept for a series and then really put it all together and um like, and there's a big difference between just thinking about like a hairstyle that would look cool and then actually making it and putting it on the model. So, and having, I had Keith Rice as my like the one of the bigger mentors for creating my collection and getting like a professional opinion on everything and helping me create like all the pieces of my look. It really was amazing and I learned so much from that experience.
Oh my God. What, like, because it's so different than Beacon, right? Like Beacon is about the business, and career and development, and NAHA is like competition. And like what was the benefit for you of entering something like the competition, which is like the technical side, and Beacon, which was the business side?
Yeah, I entered both almost, I think around the same time. So I was working on both simultaneously. So that was kind of cool and a little fun. The Beacon side was really amazing because like all in the same like weekend, I was hearing about like what things I need to do for my future business and like what career moves I can make and like the like the money part of the industry and all that kind of good background stuff that you don't really learn a ton about when you're in school. And then I was also thinking about like, oh my gosh, am I gonna win? Like thinking about like all the just everything that goes with NAHA. Yeah.
And for you, it was, you were at Beacon that Saturday, and then that Saturday evening was NAHA. So you went through an exhausting but amazing day, I'm sure, of Beacon, but then had to then all evening you were at NAHA and going through that experience. So exhausting but probably rewarding.
Yeah, absolutely. It was, I mean, it was difficult the whole like day that I was at Beacon because like I just had like a knot of excitement like in my stomach the whole day. And so I was just sitting there like kind of just, like excited, shaking in my chair. And so was Matthew, who is one of the other finalists. And we were just all day just kind of looking at each other like, tonight, it's NAHA night. So that was really amazing because even that day I was like, oh, okay, I gotta like remember the stuff that they're teaching me and I gotta like pay attention to Beacon because this is so amazing.
Awesome. So what, now, almost, 6 months later or so, what do you think, do you have any ideas of like what you would like to do for your career as you, like, do you have an area you want to focus in on, or are you still kind of keeping things open, or do you have like this laser focus of, nope, I know this is where I'm going to be best in the industry?
I think from the moment that I realized that there's kind of like a more editorial side of this career, that's I was like, this is for me. So I know that there are like a lot of different ways you can do that and a lot of different places you can do that. So I don't like specifically have like one job that I'm like, that will be my job, but I would love to get more into doing that kind of stuff. And I plan to enter NAHA next year again. And I made a lot of good connections through that. So that's been really nice. Yeah.
That's awesome. Very, very cool. So I am looking, it doesn't look like we have any questions, but I'm going to double check with Paige to see if there's anyone else that has questions, or if Paige herself has additional questions I haven't asked.
No, currently we don't have any questions. I think you're Dottie, I think you're giving an awesome rundown of the weekend. My gosh, to go from the beginning of your career and what students go through is like creating, I mean, people work their lifetime for NAHA. So for you to do all of that in one weekend, that's pretty flippin' amazing.
Thank you.
But I gotta say too, like what you do and what you did, you invested in yourself. You did all of this yourself. So if anything, you are a tribute of what you put into your career is what you get back. So, I mean, I just know that we are going to see Dottie Greene for a long time in this industry. So, and I can't wait to see what more comes.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right. No, I just wanted to say that. So, yeah.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Well, before we go today, so for those that are watching, if you are interested in attending Beacon or applying for Beacon, you can apply now, probeauty.org/Beacon, and all of the information is out there. And I just wanted to point out that if you apply before July 31st, that there is some dollar savings for you. So if you're a PBA student member, it's $25 to apply. If you're not, you can become a member for $20, or you can pay the regular price of $45. And then after July 31st, the price does go up to $50 for members and $75 is the regular price. And then if you're accepted into the program, there is a tuition fee, which is $150, and that covers all kinds of things for the materials, the tools, the workbooks, everything that happens on site. But we do believe that the investment is certainly, you get way more for that investment than what you're putting into it. And we definitely try to work very hard to make sure that you get amazing experience. So with that, I'm going to just say, do you have any other advice, any other things that you want to share before we wrap things up today?
Think here.
It's like the question that puts you on the spot, like, oh my gosh.
I know. Well, probably just that, like, you can do a lot more than you think you can do. Like, I never thought that I could have done the things that I've done this early in my career at this point, and I never thought that I had the things that I needed to do those things. But it's been amazing, like, realizing that I don't need, like, to be some already well-known, like, editorial stylist to do the things that I love. You already have everything you need.
Perfect ending. Just wonderful. So it was so good to see you again. Good luck with your surgery. I hope that it goes well and that you heal quickly and you can get back to work soon and just continue creating the amazing things that you have done. So thank you for spending time with us today. Thank you for those of you that have been tuning in and watching this. And again, if you are wanting to apply for Beacon, we encourage you to do that. Take a look at probeauty.org/Beacon, and all of the materials are there, or you can reach out to us. Our contact info is on the website as well, and we can't wait to meet you all. So thanks again, Dottie. Have a great rest of your day, and we will see you again. Yes, thanks so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.